Hey guys, my name is Kaby, this is Kaby War Legends, and today we're gonna watch the game I played just recently. This is Dark versus Dark matchup, and I faced a player which I don't think I saw ever before. His nickname is Madre, and he's slightly above me for Dark, slightly above 5k, and I'm a little bit below. So I was going to play quite standard thing. I was about to play undead. That is because I get the errands for undead, and if I remember correctly, I was entitled to build a few skeleton archers and also undead obelisk, and also use a couple of scrolls, and generally when I saw that I figure out that it is the rare occasion where you can do everything in a single game. So I decided that I'd be playing the build order that I was previously made the guide for. That is the build where you are getting the very fast eater, which is the hero of undead. I'm not sure how we will finally call it in the English version, but currently it is just eater. And here I make a stupid mistake. I wasn't really going to build the obelisk here because it is obviously block my gold mine. But I was going to move it, but occasionally I pressed confirm. I confirmed building and the walker was near, so it started right away. So now I have slightly slower mining, but not by a big margin, because they go around it just fine, it seems. But anyways, I added the fourth worker on the gold mine and also use the gold rush scroll. Where you play this build, I mean the fast eater, you can either use the gold rush. First you have to use the lumber mill scroll, but then you have to either use the gold rush or the hiring scroll. You can also speed up your skeleton archers, but that is mostly for the case when you go up to 9 workers. But that would mean that you have to delay your goon. I decided that I didn't want to delay my goon because I don't know who my opponent was and how he used to play. So I could be in trouble if he would go to Rex and I would be delaying my first goon. So I played just 8 workers with a fast goon, but that means that I don't have enough resources to get a fast eater and keep producing skeleton archers from the scroll. But anyways, it's just the build order thing, so in this case I decided that I'd be doing the gold rush, and it let me to get everything on time. Anyway, I have my eater on fourth minute mark, so it will have ability by the time where chest will pop up. And here I decided to do an interesting split. I sent my skeleton archers as well as the remaining goon to the bottom chest, and I sent one skeleton archer along with the eater on the top chest. So I thought I would challenge an enemy at both the chest, and here we see he has the goon. I'm fine with it. Of course, my army here is way stronger, and I decided to send the eater forward and leave the skeleton archer, so if he moves all the army, I can delay it with my eater. Here I see that my enemy has about the same army composition coming at the bottom chest. So I thought that I can maybe delay getting chest by him, or I don't know, maybe even decline it entirely. So I just micro my skeleton archers so that the eater can't really finish off anyone. Eater can eat skeletons even though they are undead. They are small units, so this hero can eat them to replenish his health and basically neutralize all the damage that comes from this little number of enemies. But as you can see, I try not to give him anything. I think he finished off one of my guys. But I keep producing. Honestly, I went way too high on the resources. I already have 1k plus, not really good execution in terms of macro, but I really had a lot of fun while microing this, and I also, it seems that gave a lot of fun to the enemy, who can't really figure out that my eater is inside his base now and eating the workers. So we see that he eats my second skeleton and finally taken the chest almost 2 minutes later. But my eater here do the bad things as well, and I also use the magic blast because I built the magic tower, the mana tower, a long time ago, because I saw the undead obelisk while scouting with my first gun, so I understood that he would be going into the skeleton archers. Most of the players prefer to go to Rax archers rather than the hero, so I didn't really expect the hero, but I expected the archers, and that is why I had my mana tower, because they are extremely vulnerable to any magic damage, and the magic blast is a must-have when you play against mass undead cheap army. So engagements on the little chest took so long, so it is finished off just like 1 minute ago, but the middle chest is already here, and I think my enemy has more than me currently, so I'm not about to fight here. I thought I would be fighting against him in the middle, and I was going to turn my eater, activate the ability and start shooting with the archers, but now that we came into each other, I see that my army is significantly lower, smaller I mean, so I decided to pull back and get off to my high ground. And here I'll be doing the very basic stuff that you really should learn if you played the Dark. So I just activate my eater and select it and clicked right into his hero. That is all I do. And since he throw away every small enemy, it can get to any hero this way, and see what happens. Everything died. I also got a few necromancers, so they are making skeleton warriors for me in the background, in the back row. And here I just purse his hero. At the same time I send a couple of my guys to acquire the small chests at the right and left side. And, well, I wasn't able to really take down his hero, but it is only 50% HP now. I use the eye scroll, and we got a fancy effect for it now. Previously it didn't have any effect, so it just revealed the territory, but now you'll see this looks quite cool, I think, and also enemy can see that, which is the most important part, of course, because previously the enemy couldn't know that you scan him, but now when someone scans you, you can see that eye, so don't be afraid, it doesn't do any harm, but it just means that they reveal you. And I take both of the chests, But I'm not really sure that I can engage on the high ground right now, because it is the very common mistake when people have an upper hand, but they engage when they should not, and that leads to the terrible fight. You lose all of your army, and the best case, the game equalizes, the worst case, you lose the game straight away. So I'm not about to do stuff like that. I saw that he didn't have a mana chest, I mean the mana well, so my enemy... That means that my enemy can't use the powerful scrolls, and that means that my skeleton archers are not getting worse, even though the game goes over 10-minute mark. I'll also show you the game where I use the skeleton archers for a way longer period of time. I guess that will be one of my next videos, but right now I get my mana well, and I also need to go up to tier 4 citadel and make the 4th pixie. I can't remember when exactly where I do so. Now I try to split my fox a little bit to send the eater go first, and to prevent hitting all of my armor with one scroll. Alright, my 4th pixie is there. I order the reinforcements. Still have a little bit to add to the current army, but I can start because I have a feeling that right now I have somewhat a power spike, a lot of power in the army, and what I need is to click straight into his tower, and again I activate my ability, so if he has an army standing, it will be just fly away from the way of the eater, but somehow there is nobody here. I don't really understand what's happening. I even thought that probably my enemy was lagging, but now we see that it seems that he was either waiting me from the left high ground, or maybe trying to take his chests, but I also sent the meteorite on him, and I just win the engagement with a huge army left, and that's pretty much it. Not really much of a resistance shown from my enemy, we might say. I also had a torque totem, so I have the rider. But I just wanted to show you a few basics that you really need to know and use in your games, such as using the eater. So you have to make sure that you micro your eater, not just send it with the double tap. And a little bit of fancy micro. I hope you enjoy that. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.